Yo tengo un amor que quiero tanto. El amor sin ella es un desierto. I love her so that I can't forget her. Alone she never was and never in the dark. Never, never my love, nunca mi vida. Never my love, nunca mi vida make you cry. Nunca lo haría. Nunca mi amor, never my darling. Nunca mi amor, never my darling. Te haré llorar. I'll never do it. Never. Te adoro mucho como el sol a la luna. Mi amor por ti se titula, nena, mi corazón es de verdad. I want you next to me, mi vida. If you only knew how much I love you, nunca me dejarás, nah, nunca. Never my love, nunca mi vida. Never my love, nunca mi vida make you cry. Nunca lo haría. Nunca mi amor, never my darling. Nunca mi amor, never my darling. Te haré llorar. I'll never do it. Never, never, never. Never, never.
That's what's up, my peoples. Welcome one more time. Another week of Freestyle Showcase, episode number 9 today. You just saw the man right there. ALEX ZUNIGA, he will be with us in a little bit. So, I always like to talk a little bit what's about to happen on the weekend and some other events that are coming down the line. As you see my background today, there's going to be a special party, another party that I'm going to miss. And this is why I'm promoting it anyway. All right, this is a Charlie Rock production, Saturday, October 5th, 2024, okay, at the AM/PM Concert Presents, sorry. This is going to be in Orlando, and I'm going to miss this one again. I missed the last one because of business and some other things that I had planned, so Charlie knows that we love him, and we're dying to go to the next one. I just hope it's a date that I don't have anything going on that day. But anyway, we're going to get together again. Don't worry about that. Anyway, my people, let's go right here. Let's see what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you're in the Miramar area all the way west, there's a nice spot over there called Cafe 27. And a good friend of mine there, DJ Felix Sama. So he's taking over there and he's doing, I think, once a month at Cafe 27. So right here, this has no audio, but just so you can get an idea. Okay, the Freestyle Friday hosted by Felix Sama on May 31st. That is tomorrow. Free entry. It's a nice place. I've been there, and it's a nice scenery. It's very big. They have a nice little stage, and in case it rains, it has the tarps that will cover the crowd. And it has a nice little bar. It has some nice food. It's all the way west. So if you have a time, if you have some time, go pass by. If you're in the area, go pass by and show some love to my boy Felix Sama. Again, this Saturday, July 6th, well, next Saturday, July 6th, I guess this is in the West Coast, Freestyle Throwback Fest 24, okay, we're featuring Stevie B, Expose, the Sugar Hill Gang that I just saw them not too long ago, awesome live, Trinaire, the Cover Girls, Rock Bass Tag Team, and JJ Fat. So, ladies and gentlemen, start getting your tickets now if you're in the West Coast. This is the flyer that's right behind me, so you can see all the other artists that are going to be there. Saturday, October 5th, 2024. Those doors open at 7 o'clock. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have Expose, Lisa, TKA, Cover Girls, CNC Music Factory, Coral, Brenda K-Star, Rob Bass, No Mercy, Cynthia, my freestyle girl, Lucky Girl, Giggles, Lisette Melendez, Johnny O, DJ Blazer, Host Speedy, and there you go, MGM Guaranera. I hope I said that right. Anyway, what else we got there? We got something for 2025, okay? I'm thinking about going on this one. I'm not sure, but people's been getting sick in the cruises lately, so I don't know about that. But if anything, I would like to go to this one. The Latin freestyle cruise. That's from January 25th to February 2nd, 2025. Leaving from Miami. Carnaval Magic. So ya tú sabes, mi gente. And hey, just whoever's in the Palm Bay area, I know there's a lot of freestylers out there that like to hit the salsa scene once in a while. Down in October, this is the reason I cannot go and assist this freestyle event, because yours truly will be performing at this year's Puerto Rican Day Parade and Festival right here in the 27th annual Puerto Rican Day Parade from Palm Bay City. So there's a flyer for that event. There's still a ways to go, but you know how time flies. So there's going to be some freestyle that day. We're going to have the Nasty Boys. We're going to have Boricua Posse. We're going to have other acts in the hip-hop world. So, and then up there, you got Tito Puente Jr., my friend. You have Orquesta Fuego, and yours truly, JCEE Colon, with my band, backing up Tito Puente. So that should be a nice day, man. So no se pierdan eso, okay? All right, my people. So as you see, I got my freestyle shirt. Thank you to Marla Giggles, my friend. Thank you very much. I'm over here enjoying my tea with my freestyle cup. So if you guys are interested, all right, if you guys are interested in getting the freestyle cup and everything, I'm gonna put it right here. There is the website, so you can hit the website, and there's so many selections. They have flip-flop, they got, I believe they got shorts now, they got shirts, tank tops, they got so many things. I mean, it's going on, and Marley gives some of the proceeds to cancer patients. So if you want to help a little bit with that, remember, Freestyle God, they got the Freestyle Girl Cup as well. For the girls, they have the shirts as well. So, and also Marla has a line of lipstick and some other beauty products. So hit my girl up right there. There's the freestylegirl.store/shop. So with that being said, let's go and say hello again to my girl Lucy, because every week, you know, God knows I always mention her in this show. Okay, and she's a warrior, and she's battling some heavy duty stuff. All right, this is her website. So if you want to buy a t-shirt from Lucy, I got my merchandise last week. I got it together with this. As a matter of fact, we got it almost at the same day. So if you want to help, you know, melanoma warrior benefit, you want to help Lucy out, please, this is the website to go to, and this is how we can help her out. We also have my friend Angelo Garcia. You know, unbelievable, you know, how this, you know, cancer goes around, you know, it sucks, you know, and, you know, I get very emotional sometimes. But also another good friend of mine, another great talent, Angelo Garcia, known as Freeze, right? That's his Cash App right there. So you can, you know, if anybody feels in their heart that they want to help him with whatever, $5, $10, whatever it is, that's his Cash App right there. Angelo Garcia Cash App, Freeze Artistic, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to bring in my next guest, ALEX ZUNIGA. You know, I've heard this guy so many times back in the past, but you know how the freestyle world is. You know, there's some names that grow bigger than others, even though it's the same kind of music and it could be the same kind of flavor, right? But I started digging deep to Alex, and this guy has a big repertoire, man. I mean, I am very impressed with all the songs that I was listening from him. This guy should be doing concerts. You know, they should be booking this guy to even, you know, open up for all these artists, you know. I believe his music is great. I think freestyle is great, period, you know. And I don't want to get deep into it, but I mean, I know there's big names out there, but if sometimes we concentrate too much on the big names and we don't concentrate on the music itself. Like, people won't take time to sit down and listen to a new song from maybe, let's say the right word, okay, from an underground freestyle artist, because that's practically the word that they're going to use, right? So without any further ado, let's go with our guest right now. We're going to introduce him right now, Mr. ALEX ZUNIGA. I hope I said the name right. He'll correct me if I said it wrong.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's good? Did I pronounce your last name right?
You said it right, but since you're Puerto Rican, you had to say it with the ñ.
Yeah, with
Zuniga.
the Zuniga, mira para allá.
There you
There
go.
you go.
But I don't use my last name. I want to correct that to everybody who does this. It's Alex of Latin Nation. That's it. Because everybody will
Okay.
say, yo, I can't find you. You know, Alex Zuniga. I said, no, it's Alex of Latin Nation, not Alex Zuniga. Alex Zuniga is my legal name.
Well, I figured it out after a little while, but I mean, for being born in Arecibo, Puerto Rico, I say, where did the last name
Wait,
Zuniga came?
you said Arecibo.
Was you born in Arecibo?
I was born in Arecibo too, bro. Look
That's
at
what
that.
I'm saying. No, I was saying that I was reading about you and you was born in Puerto Rico in Arecibo, pero de donde salió, that last name. Where did that come from?
From my father's side, he's Mexican. So
So
I'm
there
half
it is.
Mexican, half Puerto Rico. So
Well, you're like kind of me, bro. I got a half Mexican Puerto Rican sister and a brother.
oh, look at that.
That
Mexicans,
was from
baby.
it's my father's second side of the family. My other side of the family, my father's side. He had two more kids and he married a Mexican lady.
Hmm.
And there it is. JC has a half Mexican brother and a sister up there, which I
Look
don't
at
know.
that.
So,
Yeah.
me from my side, we're 100% Boricua, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. We're all Latinos, right?
Yeah.
So, Alex, let me know. Let the people out there know, for the people that don't know you, which I know you have a big and a great following. Just let them know and let me know, because I'm curious about how did the music the music bug bit you, you know?
Well, um, in my household, my mom did choir singing, and my dad had a Mexican band. And so back in the days when my father did parties, whether it was at a club, whether it was a birthday party, wedding, whatever the case was, he would drag us with him. So I actually have a picture, and obviously I'll post it up tomorrow. I have a picture of my father on stage, and in the background you see my brother Lewis and I on the stage. Um, so yeah, so my father has always been my inspiration. Beyond my idols of music, my father's my inspiration. My father's my idol. My father was my whole hope of becoming a singer. Um, he got, unfortunately, the money, the taking care of the kids, and people who stabbed him in the back, and he didn't continue the music career. He loves music, but he didn't continue. I, on the other hand, wanted to pursue music. Um, and in about '88, we were at a party, and we were dancing, singing other people's music, obviously, but we were just singing and dancing. And
Right.
Tito el Comandante, God rest his soul, approached us and said, "Hey, How would you guys like to come up with a song, and record?" And I'm like, "I'm down." So on September 15th, we went to the studio and recorded my first song, "Only Cries." And we took our first picture with Jackie and I and my brother Lewis. But then Jackie left, and then IQ and Leo came in, and we were called Latin Society. It was it was to him, it wasn't catchy. He's like, we need to come up with something better and whatnot. So we ended up calling ourselves Reflections, and with an X instead of a C. And that's how I started doing my shows, all over the place. I got to perform with a lot of the early days. I wish that I had the mentality I have now, because I would have took pictures with everybody, because I
Right.
love taking pictures with people. But I wish I had that mentality, because the list of artists that I performed with that were either blew up or never became anything, I had the opportunity to work with a lot of those. Like in like you just said, underground freestyle. Like people like One Way, Robbie, um, Richie, and those two guys. Uh, Damn, I could go down the list, and there's like a
No, the
whole
list is the
bunch of
list
them.
is long, man.
Yeah. So I got to see them grow. I saw Third Trend, that was the original name, go from to Robbie and Third Trend, and then to just Robbie. Third Trend splitting and becoming One Way. Ralph and Tony became One Way, and then I met Leah Marquise, and like it just kept going, and I knew Image were called Latin Image, because they're from my hometown, and God rest his soul, Tony G, who passed away just recently. They're all from my backyard, if you could say, you know what I'm saying? Um, so I got to enjoy the music. I got to learn the business through them, watching them perform, going to perform with them, how they perform. And they were my teachers, all of them, because I mean, I had a manager, yes, and my brother and Leo were my dancers, but we came up with our own thing. We came up with our clothing. We came up with our own dance routines. They, on the other hand, had a label who pushed them to get the right crew behind them and pushing them and perform in front of everybody who's known today, like the TKAs, the George Lamonts, the Johnny O's.
Did you ever hang around like one of some of the big names now still in freestyle?
Not in the very beginning, no. The only big name that I hung out with that I got to meet when they were starting was Johnny O, and it was at a club called Twilight out in Clifton. Well, was in Clifton. He was he became my idol. I wanted to be Johnny O. Just because at that time he had just released Fantasy Girl, and just the way he performed, and I would never forget. Can I curse?
Not really. We
No,
still
okay.
be live, and probably
Yeah,
other freestylers' children
yeah,
singing with
yeah,
them.
yeah.
But
No, true.
anyway,
So,
now that we're saying that, let me give a shout out right here to some people that are connected. Look, we got Giggles in the house, Marley Vet.
hey, Giggle.
So she's tuned in, and I got this merchandise from her. So I put the website up, and the cup. So this is a shout out for my girl. She's over here giving a shout out to a couple other people that love freestyle, and other people that have platforms as well, which I think is a good thing. We didn't have this back in the day.
Correct.
And then we have my sister from another mister. Where is she? There we go. Migdalia Torres. Oh, holla, my brother. Hi, Alex. How you doing? See,
Hi,
people
hi.
starting to come in already. Marla saying hello. So, she's sharing the show. So, this is the good thing, man, because other people get to find out about other people. I have big celebrities also in the show. I've had them. And I like to share the stage with everybody, whether you're
Yeah,
a big celebrity, whether you have two albums and you're not getting the views that the elite are getting. But it doesn't matter. To me, it's all music. It all sounds freestyle. If you take out the voices and you just put a track,
it's
to me,
just
it's all
music.
danceable. You know what I mean? So when you said that you had your brother, you had a few brothers. Is it brothers like from the music or brother like blood brothers?
No, no. My brother Louis was the first member, which is my little brother, blood brother. And years later, then Caesar joined. So Caesar and Louis are my blood brothers. They
Blood
same
brothers.
parents.
Okay.
Um, and then of course I had other dancers in between them and with them and in between them. Caesar took long to join the group just because he was so small and he had this baby face that he could not get into a club. So it was hard to go into clubs with him. Then out of nowhere, when he went into high school, he just became a beanstalk and grew 6 feet and outgrew all of us. So, but yeah, so at the end of when I started taking it more control of my career, it was then Louis, Caesar, and I. That was it. And we got to meet Latif. He released my song Nunca on Stalin Free Records back in '96.
Latif who?
Latif Mercado, Stalin Free
Really?
Records.
Are
The
you
one
serious?
behind, I think you had the picture behind you
Yeah,
somewhere
it's right
earlier.
there, my banner right there. But
Yeah.
Latif, it just happens to be that Latif is Alida, my wife. She couldn't be on the show today because she has some other stuff to do. But
Hmm.
Latif is my cousin's wife, like blood,
Oh
like
wow.
blood. And it was cool when they finally got back together. You know what I'm saying? And it was amazing. So since then, we've been supporting a lot of people, and we're getting a lot of love in the show. So I appreciate
Yeah.
everybody that's tuning in. I even got people from the salsa world, from my Spanglish on Wednesdays, that tune in just to drop by and see a little freestyle, because New Yorkers and a lot of Puerto Ricans, growing even in Puerto Rico, freestyle took a big spin in Puerto Rico at a time.
Yeah.
So people know what freestyle is. So some of the freestylers go in and they comment. So you're being watched by Spanglish people. Like, let's say it like that.
Yeah.
So listen, your freestyle when you was growing up, was that in New York or New Jersey?
No, well, I mean, I started in New Jersey, so I didn't start venturing out. My first club in New York was the Underground, and then Emerald City. Those were my first two clubs that I
I
got to
remember Emerald
perform
City. Then
as an
after Emerald
as
City
an
was the
underground
Copa.
artist.
Right.
Yep.
Emerald City, I remember Emerald City. It was the Copa after that, I believe.
No, Copa was
No?
down the, I believe, down the block.
Didn't they do Emerald City on 57th Street in West End at one time? It was a Red
I
Parrot. I think it was a Red Parrot, and then it became Emerald, and then it became the Copa. But Copa switched like four times.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not with the name changing. The only one that I know that changed name was uh, Palladium. That was
Palladium.
Studio 54.
Okay.
So that's
Did
the
you
only
ever
one
play?
that I
Did,
know that changed name.
did you ever know about like clubs like, remember Gotham's West and East? You
No,
remember those clubs? Also, then that's
no,
like way back. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm showing my age now.
no. Well, you ain't that much older than I am.
How much you want to? I don't know. How old are you? Can you are you are
I'm,
you
go-
are you are you are you okay with saying your age on live television?
Listen. I can't. I ain't gonna be lying my age through the rest of my life. So I might as well just say it. I'm gonna be 52.
Oh, not bad, man. I mean, you look good. You still look like a kid, man.
A
I
lot of
just
a
hit
lot of
I just
pork chops.
I just hit 59 this year. So I thank
Okay,
God,
okay.
and I am very grateful that I feel healthy, and it gives me time to do all these things, and just make everybody happy. I like to see people happy. Why not?
Yeah. No, I mean that's what the music is about. It's just try to put a smile on people's faces, especially when they're down. Try to inspire them to to continue going, even if the music has nothing to do with what they're going through, but it's a little bit of freedom away from the reality. That's what I take, when I perform. That's my moment away from the bills, away from the real world that I got to go back to work and whatnot. There's the time that I enjoy myself with the fans.
A
So
good
I try to
feeling.
take advantage of that. Yep, it is.
So listen, I was talking to somebody last week that was out with my show. His name is Artie Rodriguez, and I said, "Do you know Ali?" He says, "Like who?" He was just messing with you.
Yeah, that's Big Brother Artie. I met him in '97. Technically, the beginning of '97. I met him at a TV show, the Freddie Lopez show,
Okay.
and we became friends. And then I found out he had a studio, so I went to his studio to record. And then when I changed my name from La Nation to Latin Nation, Artie was the one that helped me, put everything together and become who I am today.
Right,
His
right.
guidance, his advice, I never took it for granted. And so we went from being, client to, partners and brothers. I love him to death. He's my big brother. I always
Bro,
call
I
him my
told
big
you,
brother.
Alex, look, Salceros, bro. Waldo Ivan is a big time Salcero down here in South Florida, all right? He has some new
Mhm.
music salsa coming out. Look at that. Salud, hermano, un fuerte abrazo. So even
Well,
even your Spanish, even the Spanish people, the Salceros, are tuning into freestyle. They know what's up, man. Y yo se lo agradezco mucho. I love my brothers out there.
no, and then how you call it? It's a small world. Believe the whole music business is small. I mean, I lived around the corner from Frankie Ree,
There you go.
and literally around the corner. I was maybe 10 years old when he lived around the corner.
Wow.
So the music industry is as big as it is. It's very small as well. I
It
mean,
is.
my
It is.
brother Tito Puente Jr. I love him. He always showed me love. He's known me from the start, and always treat me exactly the same way. Uh, Frankie
Tito's Tito,
Negron,
man. Tito's Tito, man.
yeah,
He's always a class act, man. Everywhere he
he
goes.
is. He is I always, send him blessing because he's amazing. He's amazing soul, and and as any son or daughter of a famous, who have parents who are famous, it's hard to fill those shoes. So you have to try to make your own way. And Tito has done a great job
Oh,
making
he's
his
done a
own
wonderful
name for
job.
himself. Hmm.
Oh my God, he has his father's legacy on fire right now, and
Yep.
he's on tour right now. He's all over the place celebrating the hundredth year of Tito Puente. So
Yep.
he's doing very good. And like I don't know if I don't know if you was on the show in the beginning when I was putting it. So Tito's gonna be this year. See, he's still celebrating 100 years of Tito Puente. You know what I mean? And I'll be performing with him. I'll be backing up with my band. And there's gonna be some freestyle on there. We got Boricua Posse, the Nasty Boys are there, some other artists that are down here, some DJs that we got. So it's gonna be a nice salsa and freestyle festival. You know, I love it. So yeah, Tito does a lot of good stuff for the community as well.
Yeah. He has an amazing heart. He's an amazing soul. Like I said, I'm honored that I've known him for so many years, and he treated me exactly like he first met me. Not let his status,
Right, blow him. Right.
blow him out of proportion.
And you know Tito's a rocker, man.
Yeah,
He loves
we,
rock
we
and
both
roll,
are.
and
We both
he's a
are.
badass drum player as well. So
Oh, for real? That I didn't know.
yeah.
I know he's a timbalero, but I didn't know he was a drummer.
No, he's into rock, man. Tito's into rock, and I'm sure he was good at he is good at the drums. But anyway, I want to talk about another artist that remember I was talking about cancer in the beginning for us to
Uh huh.
to always support and always support cancer patients and everything. So a friend of ours, which is my friend too, and she's a dear friend of yours, Edie Edie Bautista.
Yep.
So what was your experience working with her?
Um, a pleasure. Very talented, um, positive, hard worker. Doesn't get the recognition she deserves. Again, underground, consider her underground for no damn reason. But I had the pleasure and honor to work with her, do a duet together, and just a blessing, just an amazing soul.
I want to show the people a little bit. I got a little footage from you guys right here. So I want everybody to enjoy this little clip. All right, this is Edie Batista. I believe this is a song that you did, "Born to Love You."
Mhm.
So I want to play a little bit for the audience, and we'll be right back with Alex. Enjoy, my people.
Let's make it last forever. There's something exciting in my heart every time I see you, my love. find trysts to things I can't deny. Take me, baby, I'm yours. Take me before I go. Insane, wanting to feel you inside. Your lips are touching mine, feeling my every cry. Letting myself lose control. Give me the chance to prove my love. Give me the chance to show you that you are all I ever want. That I was born to love you. Want to love you. I want you now, my love. I need to feel lost when I live deep.
That was awesome, bro. That was awesome.
Thank you,
Nice,
thank you.
man. It looks like you guys had a lot of fun doing that video, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Joanne was there, God rest her soul, Artie's wife, Artie, and we just came up with this plan, and I wanted to make it different than my other videos, more theater-like, if you will. But it was a song that I wrote, 2 years prior to for myself, and when I was putting the compilation together, I just said, you know what, let me just make it into a duet, and that's what I did.
Have you ever not out there, like you was mentioning earlier, that you wanted to be like Johnny O? Did you guys any time worked on something?
I tried many times. I sent them songs that I wanted to do with him, and it just never worked out. I tried with many artists. I actually, had to, chat with a few artists to be the part of the compilation or do a duet. And, you know, I always say that a lot of songs are not for everybody.
Right.
Sometimes, just because two people can sing doesn't mean that they can mesh well on a song.
Chemistry, that maybe the chemistry is not
Correct,
right.
correct. So and when I presented the song to Johnny, I guess it wasn't for him, and I never took it offensive, and I said, okay, well,
No, and
maybe
we
next
shouldn't
time.
be. I mean, we shouldn't be, because it's not about being offensive, but sometimes it's not even up to the artist, because you don't know what
Correct.
contract or what ties they have with a certain company. So sometimes it's not even the artist. I mean, sometimes the artist would like to help you, and most of the big artists that I've spoken to, we touched the subject about having the other underground artists opening up acts for other big artists, and they all for it. Like, I haven't heard
Yeah,
one big freestyler say no, they shouldn't put them. They always have respect for you guys too, and they all agree
yeah,
that they should start putting people in the beginning of concerts before, like we say, lo mostro come out later on.
yeah.
So I
No,
think
and
that's
then,
fair, and it's happening. It's also happening in the salsa world. So you got the top of the line, and then you got all these new artists that are coming out with badass recordings, and it's good salsa, man. And we thank now the DJs, because the DJs have to do a lot with this. DJs are the ones that push the music. You know,
correct. And then we don't give the DJs a lot of credit, because if it weren't for them, none of these people will be performing. No, none of us will be who we are today if it weren't for the DJs. I mean, the DJs are the one that took it to the crowd. Me, as I started as a DJ as well, so I was in a record pool. I got the records. I had to rate the records of what I thought, depending on what it was asked for me to respond on. Um, so it it was rough on the DJs, but it was also extremely rough for the artists. I mean, none of the artists that are on today could go through half of the crap that we went through,
right?
trying to get signed. With the you won't make it, because I heard it all. Even Peter Fontaine, that we couldn't sing, that we didn't have the look, uh, we didn't look right, whatever the case was.
Right.
And but here we are, still doing it to this day. And me, in my case, 35 plus years later, underground or not, I still made a name for myself. I fought to have my spot. I fought to be respected. You know, if people don't like my music, I'm okay with it because not everybody's gonna like everything, but you will respect me because I work hard. You know, I don't look for handouts. I bust my ass to get what I want.
Right. No, that's the way it should be. I mean, it's all like it's like people are training their mind. They like programmed, so
Hmm.
that's all it is. Like there's no free thinking right now, So you tell one person one thing and then let's go. It's all like it's all like a click. But there is no doubt in the world that these artists that we talk about, these big artists, there's no
Hmm.
doubt that they're up there, bro. I mean, I
Yeah.
gotta say it. I gotta show my respects to them
No,
because you
you
know
have
why?
to.
They still performing, okay? And we're talking about I'm 59. They're in that age, and every time I go see a concert with them, these artists look fabulous. And I'm talking about
K7
each
alone.
and one of them. They're in shape, they look beautiful, they haven't lost nothing in their voice, and they still as charismatic as they were then. If
Yeah.
not more now, they're because now they're grown and sexy. So that's what I say. David Torres showed me that. I said, no, JC, you're not old. We're just grown and sexy. That's all. We stay
No,
young.
I
And
mean,
that's what they're doing. So I gave them a lot of props, man, because it's not easy. As an artist, it's not easy to,
no,
you
it
know,
isn't, especially to stay, in the presence and listen, you can't knock them because they're the ones that really paved the way. They're the ones that kept it going after
exactly.
everybody started fading out or not doing it anymore because everybody started doing the jump wagon. Like Mark Anthony became a salsa singer, so everybody wanted to do salsa,
Right.
and or Latin music, period, not just salsa. And some were successful and others weren't. It is what it is.
Right.
But you have to give them credit because they are the ones why we still doing what we do.
And it's not easy.
Um,
It's not easy doing both. And I give Brenda K Star a lot of credit, man, because
mhm,
singing freestyle, either play with a live salsa band,
mhm,
that's a big challenge, man. And she's definitely passed everything with flying colors. So
yeah.
you gotta give them props where you gotta give them their dues, man. But us, we gotta keep on. We gotta keep on fighting. I do it for the passion, man. That's what I do it. I'm recording songs right now. I'm doing presentations here and there. I'm doing my thing. I'm happy with that. If God opens the doors for me someday, that boom, you never know. From here to next week, boom, something's blow up. Hey, I'm good with that. If it doesn't, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna
No,
live.
no, and listen, nobody's if you're not doing shows, nobody's famous over our music. We have our followings, and we should be blessed by it. I have my following. I have people who buy my stuff. I got people who have hired me to perform. So I've been blessed to still do what I do and respected to it. But it's not easy,
It's not.
and we can't point fingers at that you're not getting a show because of so and so. No, you're not getting the show because of just that's the way the business is. It's
Right.
not because of anybody. You just got to work hard. You just got to work as hard or even harder than the ones that are already out there because you want to present yourself to them. And we just, again, a lot of us take a lot of things for granted that we're not thinking what's important. And the ones that are important are the fans because they're the ones feeding you. They're the ones buying your music. They're the ones going to your shows.
Right.
So signing a few autographs, getting to know them, when you do a performance, hang out with them. That means more
Your voice went a little bit.
Do you
Say
hear me?
something. Okay, now I hear you.
Hello? Oh, I had a scam call. So yeah, so we just have to be grateful. Just be grateful. Life is very short to be worrying about who's doing what. Worry about you,
And
and that's the way
we got a
I
big
try to
fan
live
right
it.
here. We got a big fan right here. Nuno Cabral sending you some love, bro.
Oh, my brother Nuno. Yeah, he's him and Connie are I mean Connie Corey were the ones that I used to do a lot of driving in the morning and in the beginning of Facebook lives, and they used to always say, "Oh, we're having the cafe with Alex," and it stuck. So I use that to this day, the Cafe con Alex show. But it was their idea that that I used that because it was just a gimmick to goof around, and it ended up sticking because everybody always, "Oh, where's the Cafe con Alex?" I'm like, "Oh shoot, the people are still watching this."
So let me ask you something that we were talking about
Mhm.
before, but I didn't catch everything. Well, I think we didn't talk about too much. The difference between La Nation and then what was the difference? What made you change to Latin Nation? Or was it
Well,
different producers or
no. Well, when I signed with Latif, we changed our name from Reflections and Sounds of Rhythm because we were Sounds of Rhythm for a bit, um, to La Nation because we were trying to figure out something that resonate to what I like to support, which is the Latin community, just because I'm half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. So so we picked La Nation, and so while we were with Stein Free Records, we were La Nation. After I left the label, um, in '97, that's when I was trying to come up with like how are people going to remember me.
right?
So the next closest thing was Latin Nation. That stood the same, just a little longer. That's pretty much it. Because La Nation was basically La Nación.
Right, right.
And all I did was put La and then Nation, and now obviously Latif liked it because of La Entertainment. So, and that's
Exactly.
how that, and that's why it stuck that
And
way.
who's New Style Entertainment? Is that your brand, your publishing
That
or your company?
New Style Entertainment is my publishing. New Style Records is my label. When I started having situations in regards to like what can I do to push my music. At that time, this was in 2000. Um, my
That's
brothers
when
and
the
I were
that's when
thinking,
that's when everything changed a little bit, right? It took a
correct.
different course.
Yeah. So in 2000, we were already planning, what to do. I had a gig in Chicago to promote Era Mi Vida. We had a show in Philly that we were supposed to be doing. I was supposed to go record my daughter's song Charisma, but unfortunately, life had a different path for me, and my brother passed away in April. So when he passed away, I didn't know how to handle my music. So what I did was I started compiling everything. Fast forward a year later in 2001, I lost my grandfather, and then I lost my brother Caesar in
Sorry to hear
October.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so in 2002, I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna grab all these demos and put it together on a CD and just sell it. If I could sell it, and if I don't, well, I don't. And I was overwhelmed that I sold all 1,500 CDs that I made in less than a month. And that's without social media at the time because it was only chat rooms and web pages. There was no such thing as a Facebook or MySpace or nothing like that. So I still got the emails. I still have the web pages of people giving the condolences to me and my family. And it was because of them that I continued doing my music because I was gonna give up because it's not the same. I shared the stage with Lewis my whole career, and then with Caesar was from '95 on, and in a blink of an eye, I lost them both.
Yeah, right. If after a situation like that, it feels weird to be on stage. After you perform with these two people for such a long time.
No, and then you look to your left and you look to your right to try to see them, and they're not there.
I know.
It's the most hardest, horrific thing to go through. And anybody who lost a sibling knows that is painful as hell. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Not that I have any, but it's that much of a deal that you can't wish it on anybody.
Right.
Um, and so I continued using the name Latin Nation for a long time until maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago, because people kept saying, "But Latin Nation sound like a crew, like a group." And my purpose of Latin Nation was that I'm representing all the Latinos. Doesn't matter where you're
So
from,
that's why
you know.
it's called Nation.
Correct. And but I was like, you're right. It means a lot of people now. It's only me on stage. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go by Alex of Latin Nation and make it easier. And that's what I did. And been Alex of Latin Nation ever since. I think I started doing that in 2018 and 19. So it was just recent. It wasn't even that long ago.
Oh, that's cool, man. Listen, we got some celebrities in the house that are watching the show.
Uh-oh.
We got Anya Diaz, ABTKA Cruz.
Oh, AB. I was with him not so long
Wonderful
ago.
couple, you know,
Yeah.
really good soul, man. And I'm always wishing them the best, man. I mean, I'm waiting for
Yep.
them to be on my show someday. I would like to cover their story someday with all due
AB, te
respect.
tiraron la flecha.
So, you know, I appreciate that you guys are on the show. Nuno Cabral, I hope you feel better, bro. And
Yes, definitely.
we
My
send
prayers
you
are
your
with
love.
him.
Que te sientas mejor. I say it in Spanish too, man. Feel much better. Hope you have a speedy recovery. And yeah, we would like to have you on the show too, Nuno, someday. So get better, my brother. We'll be in touch, man. I would like to have you on the show too. So yeah, man. I mean, freestyle. With me, Alex. Freestyle and salsa were both my worlds, you know, and they still are. You know, that after I got older, I decided to lean more into the salsa because, you know, when you get a little older, you know, I can't be doing the backflips I used to do back before, you know.
Yeah, I hear
So
you.
salsa leads is
Trust me, I
it's
hear
more
you.
of a subtle stage, you know, and you know, it's still work, but you know, it's you don't have to move as much as you want. You know. But you look young, man. You look like, you know, I got videos here. I got another video that I want to show that, you know, shows you in action. You know, I actually this one you see Alex singing and you see him in action. So we're gonna sit back for a little bit. We're gonna go to this video right now, and we're gonna come back with Alex. All right. So get your popcorn, get your drink, get your soda, your water, and we'll be right back with Alex Latin Nation. There you go. I didn't want to go and say the last name. What's up? All right, bye. Thank you. Okay, bye. Thank you. Bye.
Baby,
All right, no problem.
can you tell me what's going on? Can't you love me like you used to? Sitting here thinking about us and wondering what's going on. Lately it seems like you're drifting away from me when our love used to be so strong. Baby, what's going on? Is something bugging you? Please tell me what's on your mind, 'cause I'll be right there for you. I really care for you. I love you, I really do. Please, baby, can't you see I'm all about me and you? Please, won't you love me like the way that you used to? Tell me what I gotta do to convince you that you still need me too. The way I need you, the way I love you. Please, won't you love me like the way that you used to? Tell me what I gotta do to convince you that you still need me too. The way I need you, the way I love you. If I loved you, baby, I don't know if I could take it. Baby, I don't know if I can make it. Feel so lost and confused, all alone without you. I don't know what to do. That's why I'm here with my heart on the line, trying to save this love, trying to turn back time, trying to make you see that you still love me. Reaching out to you, baby, please don't you leave. Please, won't you love me like the way that you used to? Tell me what I gotta do to convince you that you still need me too. The way I need you, the way I love you. I need you. Won't you love me like the way that you used to? Tell me what I gotta do to convince you that you still
Awesome, bro. That was right there live. That was not too long ago, right?
That I did. I was just talking to my wife about that. That was the show that I did in Buffalo, and the recording was, I believe, by Franco Carlos up in Canada. He recorded it, and then what he did, he put my music on top of the show. But that was his video.
Right. Hey, you have something. You've been to Colombia, right?
Yes, I was planning to go to Colombia in '99, and things just happened that we couldn't go. We were in talks here and there, going back and forth for many years, and then about, I would say, in 2018, I had told my wife that I want to do something crazy. I just want to do a show out there, and hopefully we can do it. And she said, "But who you know out there?" I said, "Well, the only ones are the people who are buying my music." So I spoke to Juan, and I said, "Listen, I want to do a show out there, and what can we do?" So I was supposed to go in February to Medellin, and I couldn't go because I was still waiting for my passport. So I told him, let's just switch it to give me more time for me to get my passport. So I ended up switching with Riguel. Riguel got February, and I ended up getting September. And when I tell you it is the most humbling experience of my life, that it was something that I did not expect. Now, keep in mind, this was all an investment that I did.
Right.
Riguel did the same thing. It was an investment that we did for ourselves. There's no promoters out there to bring us out there or pay us. So my deal, because I ended up having a trust, and now I trust him, that I can say, I trust this guy. Juan and Jonathan took the range of promoting, selling the tickets, pushing my music out there, making sure that I got heard, that I was coming down to town. And imagine, I went on their Valentine's Day, not ours here. Over there
Right,
is in
because they have,
September.
I think in Colombia it's called Dia del Amor a la Amistad, something like that, right?
Exactly,
So
exactly.
it's not February 14th, it's a different date,
Correct. It's
different month.
in September. And so when I went, there was a lot of people throwing parties and shows and like that. Now, if you see my video, it was packed, 2 floors. And Jonathan and Juan both told me half of the people didn't even come because of Valentine's Day. I'm like, half of the people didn't come. What do you mean half of the people
What?
didn't come? This is freaking packed. But when I tell you they treated me royally, royalty, it's minimal of what I'm explaining to you. Like I said, I went back to my room in tears because I wish that my brothers were with me to experience
Wow.
what I experienced. And even though they were there in spirit, I mean, just because in every show that we had, we always talked. We always, oh, you remember this girl, you remember that guy, or you saw this person dancing, or, how you screwed up the vocals on this part. Like there was always a conversation after the shows, and not being able to tell them how I was feeling
Wow.
and them to experience what I felt. Is what broke me, because they should have been there to witness the fans singing our songs that we did together, you know. And again, and now I'm going back. I'm going back next year, God willing, and I already have a group of people that are coming with me, and we're gonna make it even bigger this time around. So let's
And
see.
I've heard from other artists, man, other freestyle artists that went to Brazil,
Oh,
Colombia
that's
too,
my
and
next. That's my next place.
I didn't know how big. I mean, right now Colombia is like capital of the salsa right now, right? Even bigger
Hmm.
than Puerto Rico. So I didn't know they had the same enthusiasm for freestyle. So that what you said is that they tell you that half of the people weren't there. I believe them.
Oh
Trust me,
no.
because
Well, if you see the video footage from Riguel show, you see how packed that was. you know. So I just thought it was packed because it was at a different venue. That's the only thing I, like in my head, that, it was a different venue. That's the only difference. But it was packed, second floor, first floor, and when I saw the show that Stevie B put together for Reynaldo, Peter, Raguel, Lanier, which by the way, Joey from Lanier was with me in Colombia. Big shout outs to him. Whoever, Naija, whoever, all the other artists that were, Sam Savan, that was in that lineup, Trinier, yo, I would love to just even get a quarter of that in Brazil. Again, it's a different feeling, and it's because, let me explain why it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling because you're away from your home. You're away from the same old, same old. You're away from the people that celebrate you because they already know you. You're challenging yourself to do a show to people that never saw you in your life. They're witnessing you for the first time. So you obviously have to be prepared to take that on. And when I tell you, as soon as I went on stage and they started singing my song, I'm like, wait, I wasn't ready for that. I'm not ready for you guys to start singing my song. And yeah, you see me. That's why I had to put the video footage on YouTube, because you do not. If you ain't there, the video doesn't do justice.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Because I've seen that a lot. A lot of people put videos on social media from events and everything, and they don't come out the same. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same as being there. Even the sound. I mean, it sounded clear because I'm sure maybe somebody recorded it from a USB, right? Or that was just a phone, or very.
No, that was just the phone. No, that was just my phone.
So that phone was a good phone. I mean, considering that it was not plugged into the amp. Mm-hmm. But it was great. But no, I tell you, man, listen, even with salsa, even with the new salseros, you go to Colombia, you go to Peru, and they know your music.
Peru.
And you're home and you struggle over here for people, mm-hmm. and you like you, how you call it, you promote your music and here you get a good crowd. But I don't know, it's something about when you go out of the United States,
out of your comfort zone.
Oh my God. Once you leave home, once you leave your backyard, anywhere in Colombia, Peru, Venezuela, they treat you like a king, even if you don't have a big trayectoria, like a big legacy behind you. Mm-hmm. They still treat you like a king over there.
Correct. And that's why I always say people don't appreciate what they have. Like my first show at a Coliseum was in 2002. And that was in San Antonio, Texas. It was with Stevie B, Johnny O, Cynthia didn't make it. Aina ended up performing in the spot for Cynthia. It was TKA. It was a whole lineup. Geraldo, the new Miami Sound Machine. It was a whole bunch of us. And when I walked in there with my promoter, and he saw me crying because it was my first time me doing a show without my brothers at a big Coliseum, and I started crying, and he goes like, "Yo, well, you okay? You okay?" I'm like, "No, my brothers should be here. They should be here celebrating this with me. I shouldn't be here alone." And I even, if you go to my YouTube page, I even posted just the introduction of the show. And you see the explosions and the naming of the artists and fireworks, and it was a whole different freaking feeling. And you're performing at the Freeman Coliseum, where big names perform, and here is a little guy from Patterson, New Jersey, performing at this big venue with all these legends,
all these
on
big
stage.
Legends. I know, it's
correct.
Amazing. They can't say that they don't give the other people opportunities, so they do. And this is 2002.
And that's my point. Back in the mid 2000 and back, there was opportunities for everybody. Everybody was doing shows. Sal Bicello was doing freestyle events with Mickey Garcia on the other side, and I would never forget Wild Palm in I think it was in Queens, and I still have the flyer. Sal Bicello and Sal B put together this big concert, and there's legends, underground artists and new artists all mixed in. There was like about 30 acts on that show. And in the beginning stage of 2000, Sal Bicello was also putting other freestyle artists on the show at Club Exit. They did two Club Exit show, and you had people from Micmac Records, from Honor Roll Records, from Cutting Records, from um, High Power. Like, so you got all these labels that produce so many artists, but none of them are in the shows now. And not to knock anybody down. Everybody has their way of making money, and that's their business, and that's how they do it. But there are the same people that have found it and are legends today. There's a whole crew that was at the same level as them at one point that's still performing today.
Correct.
So why are they not in those shows? Like M. Moore, Sammy Avexo, CJ Body and Style. And I'm just saying that's the Micmac side.
Right.
Then you got the high power people. You got the metropolitan people. There's just a lot, and us little guys. I call myself little because I'm not at the same level as them.
Right.
But we're performing, and they see the shows, So you can put one or two, and it's not going to take away from your show.
No, it's not. Absolutely.
I'm not saying put 20 people up there, one or two.
Right.
And flip it around. Give those artists an opportunity.
If you got eight solid acts that are radio stream, those kind of people, so what's the problem with putting one or two people and then you have 10 acts? Get two people to open up the show for these people, because it's either two things. Either the audience is saying, okay, let's get these two guys out of the way so we can really see our show, or they can say, wow, these two guys, wow, these guys really knocked it out of the park. I'm glad that they're bringing new stuff. I mean, that's the way I feel.
Yeah. No, and I always, every time they see like a South show, they ask me, why you're not up there? Like, don't you know them? I was like, it's not about knowing. It's about getting the opportunity to get booked for the event. I know them. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. That's just not the way the business works. And the same thing with people asking me to go to Florida. I have press kits. I sent it to everybody. Charlie Rodriguez inboxed me and told me he had not seen a press kit the way that I presented to him in years. It was well done and,
I was
and all
impressed
that.
with your press kit as well. So.
Thank you. And so I'm here hoping, he liked this. I guess I get an opportunity. I have yet to receive the phone call.
We'll that's about to be seen, because I know he must be doing something, He must be doing something next year.
Yeah. So again, all I ask for opportunities.
And that's all we need. Now, let me ask you, talking about opportunities, what do you think is the difference before we had all this technology? All right. Because now, once technology came, everything changed.
Correct.
Now you have more opportunities, so people can see you. It's a lot of marketing, but I mean, you have so many outlets right now that you can get an opportunity to get in a show. And
the difference it was the legwork.
And back in the day, remember all these big artists named big labels. I believe they used to put all the money into the production. So like the artists would just go to the studio, and then they will be in charge of doing the photography. They will be in charge. I mean, it all comes with the contract, right? I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're the ones that get you the show. So in those days, the artists, not that they didn't work hard. I mean, of course, they had to work hard to get where they got to, just to be selected. But what I'm saying is, it was easier for the artists back then than now. Now we have to take it out of our own pocket. Now we have our own label. Now we have our own publishing. So now we're responsible ourselves to do what we have to do, and then we're responsible to get it out there.
The difference is, back then labels represented the artists. They were the face of the label. And so they invested. They invested in like you just said, photography. They invested in productions, studio time, choreography, rehearsals, and then they also had a team that went out in front of the clubs to give out, promo pictures or give out flyers for the event that's coming up. You used to have like about 40, 50 people in the middle of the street just giving out flyers. I used to come
I
home
remember
with like
those
six,
days.
7 flyers. And that's what we called hitting the pavement, doing the legwork.
Exactly.
Nowadays, now that it's easy to do it online, everybody now sit back and rely on the online, not doing the legwork.
Correct.
I still do physical CDs, and everybody thought, oh, we're in a digital world. I said, you don't understand. The digital world can only go so far. And
Correct.
the problem with the digital world is if I put my music on digital, I'm only going to make whatever it sells. And that's as far as it goes. And then the sharing happens. But on CD, I'm getting 100% of that profit
Correct.
to me. So I always try to sell CDs as long as I can, and then I push it on digital. And but I work hard to go to a studio. I never take second halves, meaning I I, I go to Artie. I'm gonna use Artie for as an example because Big Brother Artie and I work with him closely. Um, I go to Artie and I paid, let's just say, Jay Allums to use a new producer.
Right.
Not that he's new, but I'm just a name. So Jay Adams give me a production. I go to Artie. I record at Artie. Artie coaches me. That's the difference between me recording myself at home. I have the same programs at home that I could record myself at home and don't need to go to Artie.
Right.
But the difference is I have somebody hearing me out, telling me, "Hey, you're off key. You flat here. I think you could do it better. Do this
Correct.
over again. Let's just
Correct.
switch the lines. You should say this." That's Artie to me.
Right.
Artie is my guy. Artie is the one that told me, I think you could do better. And when he heard me that I sound like crap, he told me, go home, come back another day.
That's
I just
right.
wasted my tolls and gas to get to the Bronx for him to
But
tell me to go back
I
home.
bet you Artie and you are the kind of people that you want a production that's great, and you're not in a rush to make a bad production, like I say, you
But
know.
the problem is also with the social media thing is that everybody's always putting something new coming out. Finish promoting the song that you just released. Why are you worrying about the next song that you're about to record that you haven't even recorded and saying coming soon?
I hear you.
You haven't even gave legs to that production that you just released to the world. 6 months and you're already promoting remixes on the third day.
Wow.
So it's a lot of things that people do wrong, and that's the reason they don't respect most of us in the industry is because we're too busy we're so eager to put something out, and because it didn't make noise, let me put the
Right.
next song out. Let me put the
Right.
next song
Right.
out, and it doesn't mature. People don't get to learn the songs. Well, how come we can sing a Judy Torres song? Because one song came out today, we wouldn't hear a new song from Judy for months or even a year later,
Right.
you know, and most of the time it was a year.
You gotta let it marinate.
And
In other words.
yeah, you have to let it marinate because you want the fans to gravitate. You want them to learn the song. You want them to sing it to you. You know what I'm saying? You and the way I felt in Colombia, now I know how all those artists, not only in freestyle but in the industry, when you hear the fans singing your song, that overwhelming feeling, it's incredible. So I've always said, I wonder how that will feel like. I can
Wow.
today say I know how it feels like because I witnessed it. I heard it, you know, and that's what the problem with the artists today, and especially new artists, they're so eager to promote and promote and promote the next thing instead of promoting that thing that you just released.
Right. No, man, it's and it's not easy, you know, but I
It isn't.
understand your point. I understand totally your point. See, me, a lot of people know me because they know me through YouTube, and I'm surprised that sometimes I don't even, you know, I'm usually dressed up pretty cool all the time, but sometimes I just go like a bum to the store sometimes. Can you believe a couple of people recognize me even with a hat, dark glasses, and then all of a sudden they just pass by me and they're like, "Are you JC, right? That the guy with the Campeón song?" And I'm like, yeah. And then I look at my wife like, wow, they, you know, like it's a good feeling, man. And that's only in the street. So imagine the feeling of people singing your song out loud, man. It must be
Yeah.
a blast,
Well,
bro.
it's funny you
Like
say that.
famous.
That happened to me twice. One at Popeyes with my daughter. That I thought this guy was gonna come up to me to start problems, and it was just to tell me, "Yo, I know who you are. I love your song and this and that." And the second time was just recently. I was at Best Buy with my wife, and I kept seeing again a guy staring at me
Okay.
down, and like I'm like, I told my wife, like, I guess this guy's gonna start something because he keeps staring at me hard. And as we're walking out the store, he goes, "Yo, I'm sorry that I'm staring at you, but are you Alex of Latin Nation?" I'm saying, "Yeah." So then he goes, "I'm a big fan," and so then we even took a picture. You know, we chatted and whatnot. And I told him, I was like, "You should have just came up to me instead of trying to stare at me like you wanted to beat the hell out of me."
Well, sometimes, you know,
So
sometimes people, honestly, sometimes people get starstruck or the opposite. Starstruck is
correct.
when you go all crazy. Oh my God, look! But then you got the other one that you're like, is it
Are
really
they gonna
him? You know,
diss me?
like exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good
So
feeling. It's a good feeling though. I mean, I get
mhm.
people. I get stared a lot sometimes, and I'm like, but especially when I go to concerts, they're like, "Oh, that's probably that's the guy from Spanglish Cafe." You know, like in the salsa world.
Mhm.
When I go to those concerts, oh man, I thought JC, yo, let's go JC over there, cause I got a certain style that I look, you know, that I dress like, so people already know me. Like they see me from far, they see me walking into a club, and they're like, oh, I llego JC. Why? Oh, look, because look at the glasses, the scarf, whatever. If I have a hat, like it's already a trend that I have, and I mean, like I said, I don't care what people say. You know, it's my style. It's my style. If you can't rock it the same way I can rock it, so you know, don't hate. That's what I
Yeah.
say.
No, you just gotta be humble, man. You just gotta
Yeah.
be humble and appreciate again what God gives you. You know, He gave you a vocal, He gave you a talent. Then, you know, then respect it and have faith in it, and just work hard. Just if you're giving it 100, do 150. You know,
Exactly.
and don't settle for less. Look apart, because I always say, you know, you don't want the audience to look better than you. You're the singer, and they're looking better than you. You didn't do your job. You didn't work hard enough to look different. And
Exactly.
that and that's all it is. Is just working.
So listen, I got a nice track over here from you called "Tainted Love." Can you talk about that track a little bit? How it came up?
So Tainted Love, everybody knows what Tainted Love is. It's done by I forgot her name, but then Soft Cell remixed it, and that's what blew up. Um, my mom is loves that song, and I love that song, and so I wanted to treat my mom to something, and I told her, you know what, I want to do Tainted Love, and we ended up recording Tainted Love, and then Pete flipped it on me and did a what he called a mambotong, and then it did a house mix to it, and so you know it did very well. I didn't think it was gonna do that great, but it actually did very well.
So you say it was about your mom, the song, or you dedicated to your
No,
mom,
no,
the
no, no,
song?
no. I dedicated that I did the song that because she loved the song, you know.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I just it's a remake.
Oh yeah. So you want to present it before I put it on? You want to
Sure.
dedicate it?
His dedication to my mom. This is Tainted Love, and I hope you guys enjoy the remake and check it out.
Let's do this.
I know. Yeah, because that's her favorite song. Hello,
Oh,
you hear me?
awesome, bro. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Actually,
That's a nice remix, man. That's a
yeah,
nice version of it.
that remix was done by Nuefi out in Brazil. He did that remix. Already did the traditional style, the one that Soft Cell did. He redid the music on that, and then of course the like I told you, the Mambo Tong and the house mix. Pete DOS did that.
Vaya. Well, anyway, we're getting close to the closing of the show. We got a few
Hmm.
minutes to close, but I just want to show everybody the ticker's been there all this hour. So whoever wants to get in touch with Alex, that's it right there. I hope I have all the information correct. All right,
I can't
Alex
see, so I
Latin
have to look
Nation.
down, move on my eyes.
Alex New Style Entertainment for bookings. Contact 973-914-943. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my manager's phone number.
So there you go. Anywhere anybody wants to book Alex, my people in Florida, or you promoters out there that are watching the show or happen to watch the replay or catch something of it, that's the information right there. Is there anybody that you want to shout out some love to? I know you're in your house right
No,
now.
yeah, no, my wife, my kids. As you saw, Sebastian was going back and forth. Big shout outs to everybody who's online. I can't see anybody, but um, thank you for stopping by and checking it out. To all those who see it afterwards, thank you so much for taking the time to check out the show. And I hope to see you guys very soon at a show near you. So
I
that's
hope
pretty
so,
much it.
man. If you come
I
down, if you're
hope
down in
so.
the Florida area, come down. Come on
Definitely,
down.
I like I said, I'm hoping that Charlie Rodriguez give me the opportunity to perform out in Florida. And as a matter of fact, Baron Lopez, I was chatting with him a little bit. He's throwing out a freestyle concert my birthday weekend in Puerto
Nice.
Rico. Um, so, so I'm over here trying to get in and try to get an opportunity. I haven't done a show in Puerto Rico since '99. So,
As they say,
yeah,
you love music, bro. We're gonna have to do
yeah,
music too. I'm gonna do music to
definitely.
the day to the man upstairs says that I can't anymore and he wants to be with me.
Listen,
So I'll,
Tony Bennett did it to 90 what 94, 95.
hey,
So
listen, let me tell you
music is
something.
forever.
You want to hear the Guinness World of Records, and I think he should be inducted in it. There's a name in Spanish in the salsa world that is called Willie Rosario. Willie
Yes.
Rosario just hit 100 years old. They just did his 100th year celebration, 75 years
For
in the
real? A
music,
hundred?
and he's still actually playing, dude. He's still playing
Oh
the
wow.
timbales, bro. So that's a record. See, and where it's from? Puerto Rico, of course. Puerto Rico does a lot of good things, bro. We're all over the place. I
Es
gotta
el
say
arroz
that.
con pollo.
That's it, bro. Puerto Rico's in New York, anywhere that
Yeah,
Puerto Rican
Puerto Ricans
descendancy,
everywhere.
it's we're all over the
Hmm.
place. We got champions, we got queens, we got Miss Universe, we got championship. What don't we have? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. So thank you, Alex, man. I appreciate you again. Thank you for coming
No,
in,
thank you.
tuning into
Thank
the
you
show.
so
Thank
much
you
for
for
the
the
invite.
invitation, and I hope people enjoy the show. I like to do everybody. I like to do the big
Yep.
celebrities. I like to do the underground. To me and my show, there's space for everybody, and I will promote
Yeah.
anybody that needs it. You want me to promote a show for you one day? Send me a flyer, like I do in the beginning of the shows. Sometimes I
Hmm.
have 7 flyers that I just present out there in the show, and whoever's in that area and they're watching my show, so se enteran,
Thank you,
they
man.
get to
Thank
know
you so
about it.
much. I truly, again, appreciate you taking the time to invite me to your show. I'm honored and humbled by the opportunity. And hopefully we meet up very soon,
You
in a
never
city
know.
near you.
Get hired by Charlie Rodriguez, and I'll take the trip to Miramar, Florida.
Sounds good.
All right, Alex.
All right,
Thank you so
Bobby.
much, man. And we have fun, man. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
No problem. Thank you so
All right.
much. God bless. Peace.
All right. So there we have it, folks. Episode number 9, Freestyle Showcase. I'm telling you, I have to make one of these events with Charlie Rock, man. That's my homie right there, man. I need to do one of the shows. I need to bring Freestyle Showcase into one of these shows. So thank you, my people, for whoever was watching today. I really appreciate it. I mean, I know it's only my 9th episode. I am trying to, go week by week. You know what I'm saying? Next week we got in the house. Who? We have Giggles, aka Marla. So ya tú sabes, flyer will go out tomorrow. So don't forget, next week, June 6th, we're gonna have Giggles in the house. And as you can see, I got the Giggles freestyle shirt. Okay, they also got it for females. I got my cup. Finally, I could have my cup. I need a salsa one now. I think I have a few salsa ones. But now I got my freestyle cup, the best of both worlds, freestyle and salsa. I love it. So thank you very much. Like I said, tomorrow, don't forget, for all my people that are in the Miramar area, okay? Cafe 27, don't forget. My friend, DJ Felix Sama, May 31st, mañana, free entry, free parking. It's a nice place. Want a VIP table? For more information, there it is, man. Just call the place. You know, it's a nice area. It's a nice place. It's all the way west. So you can blast the music. And you know that also once a month, Felix Sama has the Hard Rock Cafe, the rooftop. So ladies and gentlemen, I come to the conclusion today. Thank you, Freestyle Nation, for tuning in. And hopefully we'll get some bigger acts here and some underground acts. Like I said, we have space for everybody right here. I just want the audience to enjoy a good show, some music, you know what I'm saying? And just keep on fighting, man. Keep on fighting. May God bless all of you. And may God bless you and keep us strong, keep us healthy, and take us out of all harm. So with that said, this is your boy JC Colon. I'll see you next week with Marla, all right? Mrs. Giggles.